Halo teman-teman semua, berjumpa lagi dengan Echow di Echowcosplay.corner. Kali ini aku bakal share topik yang oke banget nih tentang tips agar bisa cosplay bagus dan keren. Sebelum itu jangan lupa untuk like dan subscribe channel aku ini ya, biar makin semangat nih sharing topik-topik positifnya. Teman-teman cosplayer semua, siapa sih yang nggak mau cosplaynya keren dan bagus? Setiap cosplayer pasti pengen cosplaynya bisa merepresentasikan karakter yang diperankannya dengan baik. Apalagi kalau kita suka banget sama karakternya, pasti pengen tampil yang sebaik mungkin. Apalagi kalau bisa dihargai sama menginspirasi orang lain karena cosplay kita. Nah, apa sih yang bisa membuat cosplay kamu itu jadi lebih bagus? Jadi, di episode kali ini spesial banget, aku bakal share ke teman-teman semua tentang tips-tips yang bisa membuat cosplay kamu jadi lebih bagus dan lebih keren. Dan tips-tips ini nggak datang dari orang sembarangan loh. Tips ini datang langsung dari juara dunia cosplay, yaitu juara World Cosplay Summit 2013 dari Italia, yaitu Massimo Barbera. Dan satu lagi dari cosplay internasional asal Thailand yang kemungkinan besar teman-teman udah tahu semua, yaitu Thames Malerose. Check it out their profile, guys.
Hello, I'm Tim. In my opinion, there is no definition of good cosplay because I think we all have our own standard, right? So for me, good cosplay maybe go into the detail of the costumes, props, makeup and wig, and keep the character, which are the main components of cosplay for myself. For anyone who wants to try cosplaying, just do on what you love, do your best by your heart, okay? And if you want to improve your cosplay skill like makeup skill, costume making skill, prop making skill, you can find so many tips on the internet. So it's easy for you guys. We have high-speed internet now. And more practicing, okay? Let's improve your skill, your cosplay skill. But first, you have to do it by your heart. Yeah!
Hi there, this is Massimo from Italy, and this is the place where I used to build some of my costumes. You might see some pictures on the wall, and here we have maybe my most famous costume, which I participated to WCS World Cosplay Summit in 2013 with Andrea. And here are the prizes. So why am I here? Because Echow asked me to tell you something about cosplay tips and Indonesian cosplay. So let's start with the cosplay tips first. Hey, so first of all, let me tell you that without fake sunglasses it's much better. So I couldn't almost see anything with those glasses. Here they are. So what about cosplay tips? Well, every one of us has its own history and his own feeling about the cosplay, so I will tell you just about my experience. It's not a rule, it's about what I feel for cosplay. So, my experience. The first and most important rule is what makes you feel good. Do what makes you feel good. Because otherwise, if you are forced to practice a hobby which you don't like, it really doesn't make sense. So life is hard enough to create problems, so when we have some spare time, let's try and enjoy. So how about to start? Well, everyone maybe has its own idea of the dream, the very big costume that sooner or later you will have to do in your life once in a while. Well, that's a goal. Start from something very easy in the beginning, because otherwise you will go nowhere. Once again, that's my history. Maybe some of you will be very good enough from the first time you will pick up something in your hand, you will be able to create the cosplay of your life. So, simple thing, step by step, and then you will go there where you want to go. But really, yeah, I still remember the very first time when I created my first cosplay. Well, actually the idea is not I have something in mind, but what am I able to create? So basically the answer was nothing. I wasn't able to do nothing, so I started from something very, very simple. It was a cosplay called a magician from the Master of the Universe, Orko. So I bought my own sewing machine and then tried to do something, and then finally something came up. What about next? So when you have as I said, when you have a clear goal, it's easier to go ahead. So I'm not talking about the specific dream costume you remember some seconds ago, but you have to keep in mind that when you wanted to do a costume, you need to have a goal of what to do. It seems easy, but it's not, because let's take for example him. Okay, that's Gundam, and basically it's a mecha costume, so a robotic costume. So what about that costume? So you can have images from the anime, so you can have action figures, but every one of them, I'm pretty sure, will show different details. So you will have to decide which is your exact reference and go for it. It seems easy, it's not really, until you decide what you want to do. So a reference, the goal. If you still think you are not able where to start, ask. There are plenty of people that will be able to answer and give good tips. So, for example, hey, I want to do this, but I don't know where to start. What's the material? What shall I do first because I wanted to reach this goal, etc., etc. So I'm pretty sure that someone before you, because now cosplay is not that new hobby, so someone before you hopefully did it, has some good tips for you. Okay, so ask. After ask, you need to try, because nothing comes for free. You have to be patient, okay, and try and give it a try, and do wrong things and try once again. Well, actually, it's up to you to think about how much time you want to invest on it, because basically everyone wants to reach different levels of cosplay. So what about this? For example, this was the costume that I built in 2008. Well, I started cosplay in 2 years earlier, so it was fine to me about whatever result. I think it wasn't that bad. Anyway, let me show you something which will bring me to the next tip. Think about how costume will wear. Okay, so basically this is the head. You can see it's a more or less a good head, isn't it, from outside? But what about inside? Well, it goes like this. So you need to think that you need to wear it after all, okay? And not only wear it, but to put it on. So you have to think about that there are obstacles when you want to wear it. So look at this. It's not that easy. And I need to push to wear it. Well, experience will teach you. Okay, change of location. You might notice a different costume on in my background, and maybe you have noticed that there is some musical stuff. Yes, I am in the place where I used to play with my own band, the Gremlins. Well, back to cosplay. Another very, very important part for cosplay, because it's performance. Never forget that cosplayer is a good costumer, but also a good performer. So perhaps, again, my own opinion, the performance is the best part of cosplay, because in the end you will have the chance to show what you have done to the crowd, to the public, okay, and also to the jury if you are participating in to a competition, okay. So always remember, where you are thinking about a performance, that the performance is for you. First, you have to enjoy, but really, you are on a stage in front of the crowd, so it's something for the crowd as well. And again, if you are participating for a competition, it's for the jury as well. So try to understand where the jury is located to make them see what you're doing, okay? And again, performance is for you, but it needs to be understood by the crowd and the jury as well. So it needs to be easy. There are a lot of anime characters and whatever video games, so perhaps the crowd and the jury will not know by heart everything about them. So the performance needs to be understandable by them easily. And also, it needs to be dynamic. So words, maybe to explain something. If it's not in your own language, well, it will be hard, but maybe some words will help. But action. So you will have the chance to move and to entertain, once again, the crowd and the jury. And final tip for the performance is the one that I used to call the wow effect. So something very new that either crowd and jury do not expect, and that makes them wow! That's it. So I've been talking about tips, and cheers everybody. Massimo from Italy. Hopefully you have enjoyed, and thanks for your attention. Bye bye.
Nah, demikian sharing aku di episode kali ini. Keren ya tips-tips dari Massimo dan Thames. Semoga ini berguna buat kita semua biar kita bisa jadi sama-sama menjadi lebih baik lagi. Oke, so jangan lupa ya untuk like dan subscribe channel aku ini guys. Dan nantikan episode berikutnya yang pasti makin keren lagi. Terus improve, jadikan hobi kita positif, kreatif, dan fun guys.